Alright y'all, I was able to lock down my second win of the 2016 tournament season at Ingrams Pond in Millsboro, Delaware at another DPS Delaware Paddlesports Tournament Series. These are great series. We had a good group of guys out there that day, and I was actually able to walk home with $200. So it was all in all a good day. It was a tough day out there for fellow competitors. Only me and my buddy Aaron White were able to make a limit this day. But everybody still had a good time. Here's a pretty funny fish catch though. I'd cast all the way to my right, but when I set the hook, I don't know if you could tell, but it was all the way to in front of my boat and to the left of the boat a little bit. And I tell you, this was my first time out on my ultimate, my native Watercraft Ultimate FX12. I absolutely love this boat. It is super fast, super agile. I've taken it now out on tidal and on river systems, and man, did this perform well on a river system. So stay tuned for that. I'll have a video of me fishing and just having a good time out on the Susquehanna. But let's get back to this tournament. My audio was kind of off during this time, so I had to fix that, so you'll hear that kick in here in a minute. So wasn't even paying attention like I should be, and then I was trying to get something out. This guy likes running with my lure. It's a very soft bite. They are just picking it and running with it. Woo, almost lost my phone. Whiskey. Got it. No. Give me that. Chunky for sure. Now, it's they are really just picking this thing up so soft. They're not really striking it. They're just kind of wolfing it down, and I'm using such a light rig too. I'm fishing weightless. It's one of my very favorite presentations that I always do, especially for pads. We're fishing pads a little bit earlier, wasn't really getting anything there, getting little small ticks on the line, wasn't feeling it, so decided to work some more of the bank here. Just enough to hang yourself with it. Nope. Get the boat. Just enough to hang yourself with it. Whiskey. Still got some fight in it. That's good. That's good. Yeah. You're making a lot of noise. That was my first standing hook set in this kayak, and it performed very well. Didn't expect anything less. Okay. Alright, so that 3/8 ounce was not getting down fast enough, and it just kind of hang there in the lily pad, so I switched to a heavier weight, and that allowed my bait to get down faster. And what I did there was I just kept watching the line. Like, I watched the line go down, and then I realized, okay, it's gone down enough that I know it should have bottomed out, but it's still going down. So then I just, set the hook, and Mr. Fish was there. I need the net for this one. That's the weakest ass jump if I ever seen one. Get. Oh, missed it. Jeez. I'm so out of my element. So, without my Propel drive, man, I'm out of my element. Oh yeah, no, we ain't losing you. How's that for a look? All right, y'all. Gonna do a quick little rundown on what I was using today. Using the culprit fire and ice worm. It was a pretty good presentation. Didn't sink as quick as I would like, but I think that was kind of one of the things that really cued the bass in on grabbing this thing. And the weight was also nice because when they grabbed it, they ran with it for a while. And there were a lot of short strikes going on today. I talked to a lot of anglers that's kind of what everybody was talking about, you know, just little hits and everything. And you know, for me, what kind of made the difference was this pairing with my smallie sticks to just throw it out there and really just let the bass take it, let them get in their mouth and run with it. That you know, paid dividends. This is also something I really like, this presentation that I love to throw in pads, because this is something that will glide over the tops of pads. It'll make very subtle vibrations, and it's not like a frog that just kind of comes crashing through there a lot of the time, which is a bigger body, bigger presentation. And once this hits the pockets in those pads, it'll sit there and just drop down, and it'll drop down super slow and just be one of those things that a bass just really can't say no to a lot of the time. But this was a key thing for me. Also got one on just a Wacky Rig Cinco, skipping that up under a branch, under an overhanging tree, and then one kind of just punching mats. But again, when I punched that mat, I switched to a 1 ounce, or half ounce weight, and what was key was I let the line run out. I let the weight drop, and then I let the line, and I let the fish just take the line from the reel, and that's how I knew that the fish was there, because my normal tactic of just throwing it in there, hopping it a couple times, pulling it back out and hitting another spot just wasn't working. But you know, just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what I used today. And you know, my setup here, it's a medium heavy, fast action, rated for 1/4 to 1 ounce. But you know, this is really what I bought it for, was to use it for this exact presentation. And I got to say that this is what won me the tournament today right here.
You